Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to this weekly podcast. Here we are all about properties and properties and properties, because you can never go wrong when you are investing with properties. Now, I know you've heard so much about Paazuri Residence in Malindi. Now, I said enough is enough. We do not want to have any more hearsay. We want to get someone from Wemark Limited, who is going to come and tell us more about the mega project that is going on in Malindi. Now, you guys help me welcome the General Manager, Mr. Justus from Wemark Limited. Karibu sana, Mr. Justus.
Nashukuru, asante.
How was your flight?
Flight was cool. Thank God, nimefika salama Nairobi.
Madafu yako wapi?
Madafu yapo kwa wingi. Tutazungumzia juu ya madafu tukimaliza mjadala huu.
Nitangoja basi.
Shukran.
Tell us, who is Justus?
Justus is a realtor. I'm the general manager at Wemark, and I've been in the real estate industry for the last 12 years.
Wow.
And I've been in the sales particularly for the last 10 years. So I have diverse experience in real estate.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You had it from the man himself. Get a pen and a paper, because you do not want to miss any information from him. All right, Mr. Justus. There's too much we've heard about the Paazuri Residence in Malindi. Tunasikia that it is a small heaven on earth. No, is it true? Ama tutabook ndege alafu tuenda tuko disappointed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, as you've put it well, it is a small heaven on earth. Why? Because it is the first of its kind in Malindi. Not even Malindi alone. Actually, it's the first of its kind in Coast.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm talking about the first of its kind because it is a unique project, being that it is sitting on the beachfront.
What do you mean?
And it has more than 60 units. So you can imagine 60-unit project sitting on a beachfront.
Oh, and, my goodness.
This one, we were inspired by our clients, our previous clients who've been buying beach properties. As a matter of fact, Wemark Properties, we've been known from the beginning as one of the real estate companies that sells beach properties. So most of the clients that we've been selling beach properties, or rather beach plots to, they approached us and they asked us if we can begin a housing project. Because you realize that most of our clients are outside the country. And they find it hard to buy, or rather to purchase a beach plot and now to develop. Because it's one thing to acquire a beach plot, and it's another thing to develop that beach plot to give you return on your investment.
Yeah, sure thing.
So they've been requesting if we can come up with a property that is already complete, so that wherever they are, when they come back to Kenya, they can get a place they can call a holiday home, or a retirement home, or a residential, or anything.
Wow.
So that's when now we thought of why not look for a very prime land in Malindi, a land that we can do a housing project.
Sure.
And our key focus was to look at a beachfront prime property. Now, by God's grace, we got this 10-acre piece of land. It's actually more than 10 acres. That we decided now to put this massive project there.
Wow.
So yes, Paazuri is there, and Paazuri is real.
Wow, I am really glad to hear that. Now, before we go so much into detail about the project, why did you guys choose to be in Malindi and not in Nyali, not in Mombasa? Why Malindi?
Awesome. There are so many factors that we considered, because we actually had an option of going to Diani, the option of Malindi, Mombasa or Kilifi.
Sure.
So we thought Malindi would be ideal because there are so many things about Malindi. Malindi is growing. Malindi, we have an international airport. And being that the airport that was there has already been promoted to an international status, we thought this would be the most ideal place, because now people will be flying all over from anywhere outside the country to Malindi. So Malindi is a holiday destination, rather a tourist destination town. Malindi has a good history, the Swahili culture in it. So we also did our research and we realized that most people come from they call it Bara, Kule, up country, Nairobi, and other parts of the country.
Yeah.
One of the spots they come to is Malindi for holiday.
Yeah.
And Malindi is also, we also have big land for expansion.
Yeah.
So if you compare the price of land, or rather the price of properties in Malindi as compared to Mombasa and Diani, Malindi is a bit affordable because yes, there is enough land, and the beaches in Malindi are spectacular.
Wow!
We have the white sandy beach that they have the coral on it that can hold very nice foundations for houses.
Yeah.
So all those factors being put into consideration, we thought, yes, Malindi should be the next big thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
At this point, you guys, I am convinced beyond doubt that Paazuri Residence is really a small heaven. So just book your tickets already. And Malindi, go see for yourselves that this place is truly a definition of what good life is. Now, Mr. Justice, now I'd like to know, you mentioned to us that there are 60 units. Are they bungalows? Are they maisonettes? Are they apartments? Or how are you guys developing that project?
Awesome, thank you. This is a 60-unit project consisting of bungalows and maisonettes.
Yeah.
We have 30 bungalows and we have 30 maisonettes.
Okay.
And this project has been divided into 3 phases. We have phase 1, we have phase 2, and phase 3. Phase 1 consists of around 24 units. Then phase 2 will be having around 20 units. And then the remaining will be in phase 3.
Yes.
So in phase 1 and phase 2, we have decided to measure in bungalows and maisonettes. But now in phase 3, we are still trying to brainstorm whether we'll do the apartments, because we've also noted with concern that there is an increasing demand for apartments. Because we also noted that most of the clients that are asking for Paazuri, they are asking for business purposes, that is for Airbnbs.
Sure.
And they are looking for something that would have a very spectacular view of the ocean.
Yeah.
So we thought, why not try to do apartments in phase 3? But ideally, for now, as it is, we have 60 units of bungalows and maisonettes, 30 bungalows and 30 maisonettes.
Wow, that is great.
Yes.
Now, what are the bedroom sizes?
Okay. That is a good question. Actually, these are 3-bedroom maisonettes and bungalows.
Okay.
For maisonette, these are 3-bedroom all-en-suite plus a DSQ.
Wow.
And for the bungalows, this is master en suite with a DSQ. So 3-bedroom each with a DSQ. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. And what are the sizes of the house and the size of the plot that the house sits on?
Okay, the 10-acre plus size of land has been subdivided into 700 square meter piece of land.
Okay.
That is something slightly lower than a quarter of an acre.
Okay.
That one tells me that this is a piece of land that you can put up your house and leave you space for even putting your private swimming pool with a garden, with a parking slot for 2 cars and beyond. So yes, the size of the land of the plot is 700 square meters, and the size of the floor, or rather the size of the house, for the bungalows is around 200 square meters, and for the maisonette it's around 250 square meters. So that is a huge piece of house.
Very, very big.
So we also consider the fact that Malindi is a bit hot, so we don't want to squeeze your house, we don't want to make the room so tiny. So even the design of the house, we've allowed it so that we have a very smooth flow of the breeze from the ocean. So the windows are huge enough, the bedrooms are spacious enough, and all that. So we put into consideration so many factors so that we can make this estate to become something different from others.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really great. Now, this question, I know most people would want me to ask.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Are the houses already built, or it's an off-plan project?
That's a question that I've come across several times. Paazuri Residence is an off-plan project.
Okay.
But it's an off-plan project that is a bit unique, as opposed to other off-plan projects where the developer will always depend on the money from the client to develop the house. In our case, Wemark Properties, we decided to be a bit different. Even as we speak now, the phase one of the project, if you go to the site, you realize that we've already set foundation for all the houses. So it's just upon you making your first deposit and we start raising the house.
Wow.
So we are not depending really on the money from the client. So yes, it comes in as a factor, but we want to be always ahead of the client. So we are like, by the time you are putting your next deposit, you will find us a step ahead of you. This is opposed to other projects that you realize they only depend fully on the amount of. And this has been facilitated by KCB, who is our partner in this project. So that is actually what makes our off-plan project a bit different from the rest.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I have another question. Do you allow your clients to come in and customize on what they like in their houses? Or you have a fixed model that you do not alter?
Exactly. That is the sweetness of an off-plan project. You know, when you buy a ready-made house, it means that you will have to just accept that house as it is. But about the off-plan project is that you'll be constructing that house together with the developer, and you will always try to adjust that house to your specifications. So we are not fixed with the interiors of the house. If you have your interior design, come bring it on board. We'll compare with what we have on the table, and then we do whatever adjustments that you have. Like I've mentioned, these are 3-bedroom houses. But I know of 2 or 3 of our clients that have come. They've told us we don't want 3 bedrooms. We only want 2 bedrooms. So why not combine these 2 bedrooms to be one big bedroom? And some will go for an open kitchen. Some will go for an enclosed kitchen. So all those interior adjustments will enable you to make your house to your preference. And that is the good thing about the off-plan project. But now the outside design is what we will not want to tamper with it.
Because of uniformity.
Because of the uniformity and the stylish nature of what we look Paazuri to be.
Wow, you guys heard it from the man himself. They are not just building you a house, they are building you a home, because at the end of the day, you will be living in that place. So start booking your tickets already, because these houses, I'm so sure that by the end of the year, they'll be sold out. Usikubali kuachwa nyuma. Book that ticket, get to Malindi, enda Casuarina, get to the site, book your unit, and you will thank me later. All right, back to you, Mr. Justice. I'd like to know what amenities this project is featuring.
Wow. First of all, we did our research well, and we wanted to make it unique. That's why I mentioned from the beginning that this is the first of its kind. Number one, we wanted to make sure that security is beefed up 100%. So we've put a perimeter wall around the entire project. And we've put a very firm gate. Then number two, we made sure that we have proper access road, the cabro roads that will access the entire project. And we have the garden for the kids to play. We have the gardens for relaxing, like what you have here in Nairobi, Uhuru Park. So we have a small Uhuru Park within the Paazuri Residence. And then we have a swimming pool. This is one of, there are very few in Kenya. We call them infinity swimming pool. This is a special swimming pool that will be at the clubhouse. For your information, also have a clubhouse. So during the weekends, you don't have to go all the way to town to have fun. You can still do everything within the same compound. Then we have also the lighting system will be perfect. So this place will be lit 24/7. And so many other things. Not forgetting the white sandy beach that is just at the and the beautiful ocean view deck. So in the evening, you can go there, have your cup of coffee or madafu,
Yes.
as you just get the breeze of the ocean,
Yeah.
and you feel like it's too hot, you can still go down the beach and have a swimming at the salty beach. Then you can still come back to the fresh water at the swimming pool, take your shower. I mean, I'm trying to imagine how beautiful this thing will be.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Now that here is the definition of what good life is. You guys have not experienced good life? In any Malindi, Paazuri Residence,
Oh yes.
Apple, you'll get good life.
Sure.
Now, Justice, you have not told us the prices, because right now I'm so convinced that everybody wants to know how much are these houses going for.
Paazuri Residence. There are two things that we considered first. Number one, we want to make sure that this is an affordable project.
Okay.
Affordable in terms of pricing. Then we also want something that is quality. So we are trying to balance between quality and affordability. These two, when they come together, they'll give you value for your money.
Sure.
So we did our first phase. We completed selling our first phase by end of the year 2023, December.
Yes.
We were done with the phase one.
Okay.
And phase one, we were selling our bungalows at 13 million. And the bungalows, that is the maisonettes at 13 million,
Okay.
and the bungalows at 12 million. But that one is already sold out. If I'm not wrong, we only have 1 or 2 bungalows remaining. So if you are there and you are still looking forward to a bungalow, you have 2 bungalows remaining. Run, come get your bungalow.
Yeah.
And for phase 2 now, with all those factors kept into consideration,
yes,
the maisonettes will be going for 15 million.
Okay.
And the bungalows will just increase it kidogo too. Now it's at 12.5 million.
Okay.
So you realize that the price is going up.
Yes.
And you never know. Phase 3 we should be talking of maybe 18 million because of the demand, because of even and our prices is not based on demand only. We are also considering the fact that the construction material are increasingly going up, taxes and all that, those factors. So yes, bungalows are going for 12.5 million. And the maisonettes are going for 15 million.
Yeah. You guys, if you have been following these videos, I keep telling you that the best time to purchase property is right now. Because as you have heard from Justice, just a few months ago, they were selling a maisonette at 13 million. Right now, they're selling it at 15 million. What are you waiting for? Go right now, because tomorrow might be too late. All right?
Sure.
Now, I'd like to know, this 15 million, yes? When a client comes on board, is he supposed to give the 15 million wholesomely, or you have a payment plan?
Yes, we have a payment plan. Actually, all our properties within Wemark Properties, we have a very flexible payment plan.
Yes.
From all the way from the pieces of land or plots that we are selling up to even this particular project. So we have a payment plan that is has been tailor-made to make sure that the client doesn't strain, and at the same time the developer also doesn't strain.
Sure.
So we have a payment plan of the first installment of 30%.
Yeah.
That is the 30% you pay upon signing the sale agreement. But now, because we've noted with concern in the past that most people come, we draft a sale agreement and they're like, I'll come back, and then they disappear. Not forgetting that a sale agreement is also costly for us because we do it through a lawyer.
Yeah.
So we decided now to go a different dimension. So we first of all pay 2% commitment fee. Okay. Upon signing a letter of offer. So the company will write a letter of offer to you. Yes. And then you will sign the letter of offer and pay 2% of the amount of money that you're supposed to pay. Okay. That is, if it's the 15 million maisonette, you'll only pay 300,000 as that commitment fee. Yeah, sure. Then you remember you talked of 30%. Yeah. So that 2% is also catered for. So the 28% that is remaining to make the 30% initial deposit will be paid upon signing the sale agreement. Okay. When now you are fully satisfied that indeed I want this project, I'm into it. Yeah. Now you'll come and pay the remaining 28%. Yeah, sure. Then from there, our contractor will be ready to push your house up to the lintel level. Then after that, now we will keep on communicating with you. And I always advise my clients, anytime you've already paid the 30%, don't pay the 30% and disappear. Keep in touch with us so that whatever you wanted, any other changes that you wanted us to implement in your house, make sure that you are there. Tell your our contractor that this is how I wanted it to be. This is how the sitting room I would want it to be, and all that. So it's always good. The initial stages of this construction, you'll be there. Then our 30% will now be paid upon when you've already put the slab and the lintel is ready. Now you pay another 30%. That one will be around 3 to 4, 5 months. Then we'll also communicate to you and tell you this is where now your house has reached. Now the 30% will cater for finishes here and there. Then after the finishes have been done, we've done painting work, the mechanical, electrical fittings, and all that. Now the last installment, which is 10%, now you'll be paid upon handing over the keys to you.
Wow.
So that is how simple it is. So we made it so easy that anyone would be flexible to pay that amount of money.
Yeah, sure. Now, assuming a client has already done all that.
Okay.
And you have already done the handing over of the keys.
Yes.
What are your service charges? Because I know of apartments or building or housing projects, whereby someone buys a unit at several millions worth, and then later, after you've moved in, you're asked to pay a service charge of worth 50, 100,000, and it becomes a whole burden. So how do you guys charge?
The good thing about the service charges, it is something that can always be negotiated between the developer and the people that will be buying into that project.
Okay.
So it's not, we will not just come and dictate to the people around there that, no, the service charges will be this much. We are not landlords. We are selling to you this property and we want you to enjoy. That's the good thing about this, the service charge. So, and like now it will depend with the type of the quality of services you want offered. Now we have a swimming pool. That swimming pool needs to be cleaned 24/7. We have the garden. It needs to be well manicured 24/7. We have the lighting system, the security lights. They need to be paid those charges. We have the compound in general that needs to be well kept. Get it? So all those charges being put into consideration, we decided as a company that initially we had thought of charging 24,000 for quarterly. That means that is around 8,000 per month. But we said that is still something that we can still adjust upward or downward depending on how the clients will. Because at the end of the day, in a gated community kind of a structure, we have the residents of that area that can still come up with the bylaws. So those bylaws that are the ones that will help us now come up with a specific figure for. But tentatively, let's talk of 24,000 quarterly.
Wow. Okay. As you heard from the man himself, that service charge is not a burden. It is there to help you live in a very comfortable and peaceful environment, because it will cater for your security, for the cleanliness of the whole compound. I mean, it is there to help you. All right. So you have heard it, I have heard it, and I am very pleased. I know you are too. Make sure that by the end of this video, you are booking your tickets to Malindi, because huko ndio maisha mazuri yamebaki. All right. Because to me, I can just define all that as good life. Thank you so much.
Before you finish, there's something that I have to mention. This is a question that most clients have been asking. What kind of title deed do you offer?
Oh, yes.
And it is a question that we need to put it clear. Because there's a perception about beachfront houses in Mombasa and Diani. Most of them, they give leasehold titles. But for us, I want it to be very clear that our titles are freehold title deed.
Yes, you can show
I have a copy of one of the titles here of the freehold title deed. So at the end of the construction of your house, when you'll be handing over the keys of your house, you'll also be handing over a title deed in your name. A title deed in your name. And it's not just a title deed, but it's a freehold title deed.
Yeah,
Kwa hivyo
yeah.
nyumba itakuwa ni yako kabisa.
Yeah.
Hautakuja sumbuliwa na serikali waambiwe haya hapa sasa ni usonge kidogo tufanye hivi na hivi. This is your land for good.
Yeah, and you can pass it on to generations.
Yes, the good thing about freehold titles is that you can pass it on to your great grandchildren, and it is yours absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for adding on that.
Yes.
I know that a lot of people get confused. They get properties with leasehold title deeds, and then when I end up evacuated.
Sure.
So purchasing property with Wemark, you guys, is a whole advantage, because when you want to pass on your property to the next generation, you're going to do it with ease. Yes?
Sure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Justice, for accepting the invitation. Thank you so much for telling us all that information. Yes? I know that next time we are going to call you, because this man is full of wisdom. You can ask him any question about property. He's very, very well informed. Now, until the next time, allow me to put a break right now here. But make sure that next week you watch our weekly podcast. We're going to be here with more information about Wemark Properties. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for hosting me. Twende sasa tukunywe madafu.
Twende.
Tukajienjoy. Asanteni.
Asante sana. All right.
Wemark Properties, credible luxury.